will actually be walking through what this Grand Challenge is, what will be the platform, how will the platform look. So it's a very important session for you all to be, be very attentive on. But first, even before we start, I would really like to congratulate all the 822 participants who have made it to the Grand Challenge. It's indeed a big, big achievement. Congratulations. And I'm sure you're going to be enjoying the Grand Challenge event. We are making it's 3 rounds, as you all already know. The first round is not going to be so difficult, but the difficulty levels will increase from round 2 and round 3. But all the best for you folks. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it thoroughly. Over to you, Karthik.
Yeah, sure, Priya. Just a second.
What a difference in line quality, yeah? This is so clear.
Luckily, the mine was.
Yeah. Okay. So Priya, I hope you're able to see.
It's 18 hours.
We can see, but it's very small, so I think probably you'll have to increase the font.
Yeah. Okay, is this good?
Much better, much better. This is quite clear.
So I'll just give you the instructions first, and then I'll give you a walkthrough of the portal itself. Okay. So we have a total of 3 rounds for this Grand Challenge CTF. The first and second rounds will be done tomorrow. So that is the 17th of April. So the first CTF, round 1 is a qualifier round for all the participants. So whoever scores on the top, they will move to round 2. And obviously, who qualifies on the round 2 will move to round 3. So the round 1 is in the first half tomorrow, and the round 2 will be on the second half of tomorrow, and round 3 will be day after tomorrow, and it starts from the morning and it is for 24 hours. So the URLs are given below. Anyway, you will receive an email also with all of these details. So the registration process is like, all the participants, all the 822 participant logins have already been created on the portal. So your email address will be your username, and password will be sent to you via email. So you should, some people should have already received the email. If not, please check your spam folder. And we will send the email again tonight, so that, if any of you have not received, then just wait for some time. You should have received the email. You will receive the email tonight also. So that email will contain your username as well as password to log into the portal tomorrow. So the portal will be live only at the specific time. So you can just check if your login credentials are working or not right now. But the actual challenges you will be able to open, or you will be able to attend only tomorrow, or at the time or at the specified time where the CTF is open for all. Yeah. So for the registration process, as I said, the username and password will be mailed to you, and you can use that details to log into the system. In case if anyone has any kind of password error, because your email is already registered into the portal, you can go to the login page and you can click on the forgot password link that is available on the login page, and you should be able to put your own password and then log into the system. So again, if this is also not resolving, or if there is any other issue on the CTF portal while you are participating in the CTF, then we have made a Discord channel. So where you'll be able to you'll be able to join the channel, and you should be able to post any questions. I mean, if it is general questions, you can directly post it on Discord. And if there is something some specific issue, or something related to your password or something like that, and if you think you will not, you don't, I mean, you cannot put that message on the Discord chat room, then you'll be able to directly mail this. I mean, you can send an email directly to this email address. So he'll be our technical uh, you know Spark for tomorrow. For day after tomorrow, we will again send the details in the email, who is the Spark, and there is a different Discord chat room for day after tomorrow for participants of round 3. So again, as I said, that details you will receive on the email. So for the participants who have cleared round 1, round 1, and who are qualified to move to round 2, after the completion of round 1, you have a gap of about 1 hour, and within this 1 hour, you should again receive an email. So the top 40% of the participants will move to round 2, and all of those who have qualified in round 1 will automatically receive the email within 30 minutes of round 1 completion, and then they can proceed to the round 2. So again, the process is going to be the same. Your username and password will be sent to you via email. You can use the same username and password that you have initially used on round 1 for going to round 2 also. So as I said, you will anyway receive email with all of these details. And if there is any discrepancy, that if you think that your name should be on the round 2, or if you think you are qualified on the round 2, so the round 1 scoreboard will be made public to everybody, so you can check yourself. So all the participants who are qualified will have a crown symbol besides their team name, or their display name. Only those participants who have crown are basically selected for the next round 2. As I said, top 40% of the total attendees will move to round 2. So you can just check the total number of participants on the scoreboard, and as I said, only the top 40%. If you think you are on the top 40%, but you have not received any email, then you can always post it on the chat room, or you can directly reach out to the Spark email addresses or the contact details that you will receive on the email. So that way we should be able to resolve if there are any issues. Yeah. Again, so round 3 is also the thing. Once we finish the round 2 CTF tomorrow night, you will again receive an email for those who have qualified to participate on the round 3. So they will also again receive a separate email that you have successfully moved on to round 3, and then username and password will again be mailed to you. So the username password will remain the same, but as I said, if there is any issue, you can always click on forgot password, and then you can change your password and then log into the system. Yeah, so this is the process. Okay.
Kartik, whatever you mentioned right now, people will be getting that in the email, right? Welcome email.
That is correct. The Spark email and the URLs for round 1, round 2, round 3, all of these details, they will receive it in the email.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for those who have not received, there will be a second round of email tonight. So they will, everybody, all the 822 people should receive the email by tonight. Yeah.
Karthik, there are questions from the chat window.
Yeah, I was looking at it. One second. I believe these are trivial questions like, what happens if the power cut or internet down? See, as you see, that is not in our control. You will have to make sure, or you will have to make arrangements to make sure there is no power cut, or you have some kind of, backup power. So the CTF will be there. CTF will start at a specified time, and CTF will automatically shut down at the specified time. As I said, the first round will close at 4 hours. So it's not like when you log in, the timer actually starts. It starts at a specific time and it ends at a specific time only. So you have to make sure that power cut or other issues are not there with you.
So Karthik,
Priya,
I think
there is
the
another question.
question probably is around, if there's a power cut and the session gets terminated, when you log in back, the session will continue, right? And whatever, challenges you
that
had
will
already
continue.
installed, the results will be made.
Yeah, that will continue. That will continue. You can just re-log into the system and then continue. That's not a problem. So somebody is asking if they can participate through mobile. I'm not sure. I mean, we cannot guarantee if it works on the mobile. You will need a proper system. For round one, for round two and round three, you will definitely need a proper system, and you should have the appropriate tools to even participate. For round one, it is mostly simple questions only. So you may play through mobile, but we do not recommend playing it through mobile. You should access it through a computer. No examples of questions will be given as of now. So as I said, we have mixed questions of easy and medium. So the questions will be revealed only at the time of the CTF. So Priya, there are some questions I believe I can take a look and maybe answer. Like somebody is asking, they have finished the course
Yeah,
around.
I'll take care of that, Karthik. I'll take care of it.
Yeah. Do you want to take the questions right now, or I'll give you a walkthrough and then you take the questions, Priya? How is it?
Please go ahead. Mostly I'll try to address over chat only. There are some things still pending. We'll take it as a call.
No worries, no worries. So I'll give you a walkthrough of the CTF dashboard itself. So as I said, you can either go to round one or round two, round three. Both, I mean, all the three platforms are basically similar. Only the questions would change and the URLs would change. So SciSec, for example, the URLs will also be given to you on email, so you do not have to worry. So for example, round one is on scicr1.ctfd.io. So once you go to that URL, you'll be looking at this particular page, and then you can go to the login page, and whatever your username would be your email address, and the password will be whatever the password that you receive in your email. So you can just click on submit, and then you will be able to get these questions. So questions will be in this form. I mean, questions will be displayed to you. So you can click on each challenge and then answer that challenge. So once you successfully complete a challenge, this will be marked as completed. A small check mark, or the color will be changed to identify that you have successfully yeah. So as you can see over here, if you have successfully completed the question, whether it is false or true, at least you'll be able to attempt it, and then it'll let you know if you have completed this question or not by putting a check mark and changing the color code. Yeah. So, and as I said, you can go to the scoreboard. So obviously there are no solves yet, so there are no participants over here. So if somebody has completed, then it'll look something like this. So if somebody starts answering questions, then you should be able to see your positions over here. So as you can see, the first place is written over here. As I said, out of 822 participants, top 40% will move to round two. And then based on the CTF rules, all of the people who are on the top percentage will move on to the next round. But you will anyway receive an email, which means that you have successfully moved on to round two. Yeah. So that should be all. It's a straightforward platform. So you should only be worried about the challenges. So as I said, if there are any problems in challenges, for example, in some of the challenges, you will be given an external link or some kind of questions. If the question is not loading properly, or if the question is missing, or if you are unable to access some links as part of these questions, so that is where you should be able to reach us out. Either reach us out on the Discord page. Always try to do a DM, direct message to the channel owner. And if that is not possible, then as I said, you always have this email address. Please send an email address, and we will be monitoring it all the time during the CTF. So the responses will be immediate. So within a minute or two, you should receive the response. So if you have any problem with any question, we would suggest that you move on to the next question while you wait for the reply. Yeah.
Karthik, just one hygiene check.
Yeah.
So for all these round 1, 2, and 3, let's put the timelines. Let 9 to 1 p.m., 2 to 8, and
Yeah,
then
we
7 a.m.
will,
to
yeah, we
7
will
a.m.
give them,
Yeah, yeah. You can add it later on. Just make sure that.
yeah, we'll give them on the email the exact time when the start time and the end times, so that we will
Yeah.
anyway send them on the email.
Yeah, like the document also can have that. So second is 2 to 8, right? 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And
Yeah.
the next one is 7 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
So 18th April 7 a.m. to 19th April
Yeah,
7
so
a.m. will be the round.
just to clarify, the first one, round 1 is starting at 9 a.m., right, Karthik?
Oh, sorry.
Important typo.
Yeah. Yeah. So hope that it's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., and 7 a.m. to 7 a.m., right?
Right, right.
Okay. So, yeah. Any other queries? So as I said, the platform is that's all. So you can simply log into the system. As I said, at the time of login, if you have any issues, your email will definitely be there on the portal, which means that if you are unable to, if your password is wrong or you are unable to log into the system, first we would say that you can click on forgot your password. So enter your email address. You will automatically get a reset link to your email, and then you should be able to reset your password, and then you can log into the system. So this one process is definitely available for you. So in as I said, even if this is not working for you, or if you have not received an email, then you should be able to contact on this Discord page. So on the Discord page, as well as even if Discord page is not reachable for you, or if your issue is not resolved on the Discord page, you can directly contact swapnil@cyberrange.io. So I'll anyway paste this Discord page and the email address on the chat box. For those who can take it up right now, please note it down.
Karthik, will it be possible to demo a couple of challenges, as in, how does a challenge look like? What should the students do to submit the response to that challenge?
Oh, I don't have any demo challenges because these are all the actual questions. So that will be like revealing the actual questions itself. I can,
Okay.
one second. CTFD, there is a demo. One second. As I said, for the round 1, you will not have any tough questions. It is mostly MCQ. But round 2 and round 3, yes, it does require a little bit of your programming skills, as well as a bit of tool usage. So whatever you have learned, you should be able to use those tools, as well as you might have to write your own scripts for round 2 and round 3. But for round 1, mostly it would not require, you do not need any external tools. It will mostly be MCQ questions only for round 1. Yeah. So round 1 questions would be something like this. So obviously this is not it, but it'll be as simple as a simple MCQ question. So you can select the right answer, and then you can submit. Yeah. So yeah. So for for the challenges which require some programming skills, or for round 2 and round 3, you will have the questions, or you will have some files that you'll have to analyze. You will have some websites that you will have to hack into, and if you have successfully hacked into, you will get a flag. So for each challenge, you will definitely get a flag. You will have to retrieve the flag and then paste the flag over here. So it's not going to be a direct question. For example, some of the questions will look like this, where there will be a download link, or there will be a file that you can download. So you download it, you analyze the file, and then on the file, if you successfully complete the exercise, then you will get a flag. So whatever the file that is retrieved, you can paste it over here and then click on submit. So programming questions as such wouldn't be there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The question would be more similar to this one. As I said, the flag, uh, the format of the flag will be given in the question itself. And according to the question, if there is a link, then you'll have to go to the link, exploit the website, and then whatever flag is achieved, then you can put the flag over here. A simple example is like, you might get a link where, the link will open a new website for you, or, it will open a new tab for you. So if you hack into that website using the SQL vulnerability or XSS vulnerability or whatever it is, then if you successfully exploit it, then you will get a flag. That flag is what you'll have to paste it over here. So these are the only two types of questions that you will have in the challenge. So for the tools and these things, I would definitely recommend you have access to Kali Linux. So, and if you can open this exam inside Kali, that will make your life very easier. Otherwise, yeah, whatever tools that are required, you'll have to manage it on your own. So either you install it on your own platform, or as I suggest, if you have Kali Linux, then it becomes very easy for you. Yeah, you can have it as a dual boot or virtual box. It doesn't matter. All you need is access to Kali Linux, and then inside Kali Linux, if you start attempting this CTF challenges, it'll make your life very easy. Yeah. So, Priya, so I guess that's about the CTF. As I said, it's very straightforward. So I'll take questions now, or if there is any other things that I've missed, please let me know.
Karthik, it would also help for them to show how that how their board will look, the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's a simple scoreboard. So we have already shown. So each user you'll have the link to scoreboard. So if there are participants, then it will look like this. So as I said, place is basically who is on the top place. So place is basically the rank that they have achieved, and the score that that particular team or individual has reached out. Yeah. So these are the scoreboard will look like for the users. Yeah. So yeah, Priya, anything else that I might have missed?
I think it's okay. I think there are questions on the chat bot.
I also see that a lot about 20. I mean, some people have already joined Discord. So yeah, you can continue joining in Discord, and I would suggest because sometimes your email might needs to be verified in the Discord page. So just make sure you verify it and set it up today itself, so that if there are any questions, you can discuss on the Discord page. So obviously we'll not be replying anything today, but on the Discord page, somebody would be available from tomorrow morning at around 8 a.m. So from 8 a.m. tomorrow, Discord page will be active from our side, and then we should be able to take any questions. Yeah. Yeah, Priya, can go on. So
Karthik, you're taking the questions?
yeah, I'm just looking at the questions. Yeah, any technical questions, I'm looking at it, and yeah, other questions you can answer it. I guess we have already I mean, I've told you the format of the flag. It will be given in the question itself. different categories. It is mostly related to web applications only. So within web applications, there are different categories. Like you have forensics, you have reversing, you have web application exploits, you have reconnaissance. So these are all the categories that you have. So yeah, coding skills in the sense, you might have to write your own scripts for round 3. But for round 1 and round 2, there is, you don't have to write any programs. But yeah, the programming knowledge will always help. For round 1, there will be about 100 questions. Yeah, there are no restrictions on which tools you can use and which tools you cannot. So it is up to you. The only thing is you cannot use any automated tools to directly attack the website. Automated tools in the sense, the tools which create a lot of noise. For example, you can use Burp Suite, but you cannot use the automated scanning inside Burp Suite. So if you experience any high traffic or malicious traffic towards it, then your IP might be blocked or it might be slowed down. So that might cause trouble for you. So I would suggest do not run any Nessus or Nmap or something like that, which will create high noise onto the server. So any attempt to target the server itself, it might block your IP automatically. Yeah. So as you said, Burp Suite OS that it is up to you because each of these tools has automated scanners also. We would only recommend not to use automated scanners. It will be a mixed, kind of CTF. So yeah, Priya. So you can also take any questions if there are any.
Yeah, I think VTU students have external exams on 19th. This will get over by 19th, 7 a.m. in the morning. So I think you should be still able to attend the exam the next day. And the emails will be, you should receive the emails. The 822 people will receive the emails by tonight. And the names of the 822 have been shared with your Spox. So in case anybody has not received, then you can let us know. But let us know by tomorrow morning. You wait till tonight to get the mails.
Yeah. So tonight you can wait, and if you have not received any email, you can post it on the Discord page.
Is the video on during exam? So what is it, Karthik?
I'm not sure. What video are we talking about?
No,
I mean,
like usually when they take the test, proctored, the
no.
proctored assessment agency asks them to keep the video on so that there's no malpractice happening.
I mean, yeah, this is not a certification exam. This is just a fun CTF. So there's no video as such. No,
Each round, how many questions? So you heard that. So round 1 has 100. Round 2 and 3, how many questions, Karthik?
Just a second, let me check.
Somebody has asked how many questions we need to solve to pass round 1. Of course, if you solve all 100 within the shortest time frame, you make it. It is not the number of questions you solve. There are 2 factors. How many questions you can solve and how soon you can solve. So it's not like a cutoff, okay, out of 100, if you solve 40 questions, you go to round 2. That is not the way the top 40% will be selected. It will be the number of questions and how soon the candidate has performed will determine if they are in the top 40%.
Yes, correct. So basically the top 40% will be based on the score that you have achieved. And if there is a clash between two people who have scored, the same number, then between those two people, whoever has solved first, he will be on the top. So that's the two factors by which people will be decided whether they can move to round two or not.
Yeah. What is the question? OWASP ZAP? What are you trying to say? That the challenges will be based on OWASP.
No, OSP is a tool that I've already answered to him. No worries.
Are they saying should they use only that tool or something? Is that the question?
No, I believe their question is whether they can actually use OWASP ZAP or not.
So any tool can be used, right?
Any tool can be used, but as I said, the only disclaimer from our side is not to use any automated tools or any tool which creates too much noise. Like information gathering tools like Nikto or these kinds of tools. I would say you better not use, because as I said, automatically if you get too much traffic from a single IP, we will automatically block your IP, which means you will lose your chance of solving the challenge. So I would say not to do that.
Right. It'll be Jeopardy or mixed. I thought when you showed the screens, the categories were clearly defined, right? So you can pick and choose based on the categories that comes out for each round, right, Karthik? The questions, you have the categories, right? When you showed the grand challenge,
That
you
is correct.
had,
That is correct.
so you have like a malicious code, or you have a forensic, or you have various categories that has been put out, and you can pick and choose the questions.
It won't be a Jeopardy style because we don't have any hints as such. We are not. It'll be straightforward CTF. That's all.
Yeah, and the next question is, yeah, please wait till tonight to get the login credentials. If not, you can send them as discard mail, that chat window. This question is interesting. So since this course is very large and we have less time, can you approximately tell what part of SciSec we should focus? It's everything on web application security. So we are not going to be partial towards one topic. So you need to be good at all of them.
Yeah, the aim of this CTF is to make people ready for real world challenges. What we meant to achieve is that this can also be like a self assessment for you, which means the real world, obviously, if you if your next step in career is to find a job, these are the questions that will be expected from you. So obviously you you might cheat over here, but you can't cheat in real life, right? So I would say, you can, don't focus on this question or that question or which is easy, which is not. Try to answer as many questions as possible. Or if you do not know, then, I would say that, you concentrate more on that, because in real life, you are expected to hack into the systems and there is no support that will be given to you by anyone. So yeah, just, for the CTF, just take it as fun, take it as a self assessment kind of stuff. And then, try to answer as many questions as possible.
Yeah, so we can attend exam anytime 9 to 1 p.m. Yeah, you can attend anytime, but the time allocated is 9 to 1. So it's ideal that you start at 9 so that you're able to solve as many challenges as possible. So if you want to solve more challenges, please do join the challenge at the start of the challenge. Could you please repeat the CTF categories? Karthik, you want to just take on that?
Okay, so round one is simple. These are MCQs. These are mixed categories. See, as I said, the whole domain or the topic is web application security. So inside which there are multiple categories which might be possible. So, for example, we have malicious traffic analysis. We have backend attacks. We have OWASP top 10 attacks that are there. We have log analysis. We have front end attacks. Front end is basically UI based kind of attacks like XSS, CSRF, or something like that. So these are some of the categories that we have. And yeah, we also have reversing and what else? Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, this is there a problem? The challenge is tomorrow and day after and closes on the 19th morning. So the email that you will get will mention that. I'm not sure. It is not on the it is on the 17th and the 18th morning till 19th morning. So that is the duration of the challenge. And the final, so essentially the system is tuned in such a way that as soon as you finish the event, 1 o'clock you finish the event, by 1:10 you will know who are the people who are going to be moving to the next round, because the system determines based on the scores that you have got and how soon you have finished the challenges. The scores are allocated based on how soon you finish the challenges. So the decision is not anybody doing it. It's not somebody is going to sit and verify the answers that you have given. The system is going to take whether you have submitted the answers correctly or not. So that's how the top 40 moves to the next round, and the 50% of that moves from round 2 to round 3. And in the round 3, the top 10 people who finish it correctly and fast are the winners. So there is no human intervention, or there is no jury that is set up which is going to be looking at your answers. It will be the Grand Challenge system, the platform itself will determine the top winners.
Yeah, by the way, teams are not allowed. It's only the individuals. The platform might say it as a team, but there are no teams, teams login available right now. It's only individuals. That's all. No teams allowed. I've pasted some of the categories on the chat box. Please look at it. Yeah. So any more technical questions, please?
So all the 822 people will receive the mail tonight, and I'm sure the Excel has been shared already with the college box. And if there are some names in Excel but people have not received the email, please contact the Discord window for clarification.
Yeah.
So if there are no more questions, I think all the 822 people will not get the SkillsDA internship. It will be the top 10 from each college who will get the SkillsDA internship.
Again, is it compulsory to install Windows? I'm not sure. I've never asked for Windows OS, right? I've asked for Kali OS. And it's not compulsory, but as I said, you will definitely require tools that are present in Kali Linux. So I would definitely advise you to use Kali Linux and try to participate in the CTF inside Kali, so that your life will be easy when you're participating in this CTF. Tools are not available on the platform. So as I just said, you are supposed to use Kali Linux, but not use the Kali Linux to directly attack the platform or attack the links that are given to you. So most of the challenges are designed to manually crack, or you can actually hack into these challenges manually. So you have the freedom to use tools, but as I said, you just need to take care that you do not attack the platform in any way. So if you attack the platform, then your IP might get blocked, and we are not responsible after that. Because once your IP is blocked, the time will be, stepping up every time your IP gets blocked. For example, if your IP gets blocked for the first time, then you might be blocked for about 10 minutes. And if your IP is blocked again, then it might be for 30 minutes. And after 4 or 5 times, it will block your IP permanently, which means you'll have to come from a different IP, which might not be allowed, in the platform. So if you try to log in from a different IP, you might not be able to. So in that case, please reach out to our support, email. So either reach out to our SPOC, or you can post it on the Discord page. We'll value it, and then we will take action. Yeah.
I don't understand. Are there binary questions?
Even I didn't get that question. So, what did he mean by that?
Yeah, if Aditya, if you can elaborate your question, that'll help. Can we use Windows OS for round one as, I think round one, you probably are not going to have too many hacking type of questions. It's more MCQ, so it doesn't matter, right? Karthik?
Yes, Priya.
So they're saying, can we use Windows OS for round one? So anything can be used, right? It doesn't matter.
Anything, it's up to them. Whatever you feel it is good for completing the challenge, you are free to use that.
Yeah, what's the process of selecting top 10 from colleges? So as this particular platform records the time when you submit your challenge, and if the challenge is submitted correctly, so the time of submission is noted. So the top 10 from the colleges will be the people who have solved as many problems and how fast they have solved. That is what will determine the top 10 from each college. And even the winners are also determined in the same fashion.
Priya, sorry, I think just to clarify, the top 10 from each college is based on the course completion, right? Not on the CTF. So for Skillstar internship?
Okay, let me just have Ramesh pitch in for it. Maybe he'll use a combination of both, I think, Karthik.
Okay. That's
Karthik Saisik, I think he probably will use a combination of both, I think. It may
No,
not
my
just be
understanding
the
is,
people who have completed.
the top 10. No, so I think the top 10, for the Skillstar internship, to identify the top 10 from each college, the basis is the 10 students from each college who have completed the course the earliest.
Okay, let me just, I think it's a good point, Karthik. So I'll just confirm it with Ramesh and clarify that. It's a good point. Let me confirm and clarify.
Right. And regarding the NCIIPC internship, it will be top 10 from the Grand Challenge. So those who come in the top 10 in the leaders board, will be in round 3. Obviously, will be eligible for the NCIIPC internship.
Yeah, great point. Actually, let me just confirm the Skillstar internship. Good point. I'll do that. This has been a standard question, Karthik Verma, that people are asking, like they've not been able to do all the labs. Will they be able to participate in the Grand Challenge? So you can share your views. I've already put my view.
Yeah, Vesabia. So it's open for every participant. It's open for all 822. But obviously, even I can't give an answer whether you'll be able to complete all of them or not. But as I said, it's a fun CTF, so don't take it very seriously. So try as much as you can, and then try to answer as many questions as possible. That's all. At least the round one, we have kept it, much easy, so it should not be a problem. So for round two, the difficulty level may rise a little bit, and for round three, it might be the most difficult challenges. It's not difficult challenges, I would say it's realistic challenges. So whatever is expected from you in the real world, that is what you will be presented with on the round three. Yeah. So
yeah, Tushar had asked a question on, excuse me. Yeah, Kushal has asked a question saying that I'm the only one participating from my college. In the sense, Kushal, if you're saying you're the only one who completed the course from your college, will you be selected for the internship? I think what Karthik from SciSec mentioned, you should be. But I'll just confirm the selection criteria. I'm a little confused what the selection criteria is. I will confirm.
Yeah, I think Ramesh was muted. Ramesh, can you clarify?
Ramesh is on the call.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's there. He was muted.
Okay.
Ramesh, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so the criteria for Skillsda internship is that the students who had completed the course and had registered for the CTF, they just registration in the CTF is mandatory for selection for the internship.
Okay, so just to clarify, then it is not to do with how they perform in the grand challenge, whether they are fastest 10 fastest people from the college. In the grand challenge, it's essentially the people who have completed the course. The first 10 people who completed the course will be selected from that college to do the internship at Skillsda. Is that the right understanding?
That's right. I believe that if there's only one person who has been who has come to this level from the college, obviously he is selected for the intern.
Yeah. So Karthik, Saisik, I think your explanation was absolutely bang on. So people who have completed the course fastest, the 10 fastest people who have completed the course from the college will be eligible to do internship with SciSec. And obviously you'll all be registered in the Grand Challenge, and we'd recommend that you participate in the Grand Challenge also.
Yeah,
But that is not going to...
Yeah, and all participants or winners from any category won't be eligible for Skillsda internship because they would have anyway got the NCIPC internship and some awards.
Okay.
The top 10 who have been selected for NCIPC internship are not eligible for Skillsda internship, even if they are if they are qualified as one of the top 10 in their college. So you get only the NCIPC internship or Skillsda internship, not both together, is what I meant.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Ramesh. Thanks for clarifying.
Good. So looks like we are not getting any more questions. So
Yeah,
we can close the call.
sure.
So
there is
Karthik
one
Verma,
question,
by what time? Sorry, just one thing. So Karthik Verma, by
Priya,
when people can expect to get the mails from the platform, CTF platform?
Before 10 p.m. today.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sure.
So I think there are a couple of questions around, I'm the only person from the college who have completed the course. Am I still eligible for the internship? Or, we are only 9 from the college. So yes, the answer is yes. If you are the only person from the college to have completed the course, you will be, for the Skillsda internship. Or if there are 9 students who have completed the course, all the 9 will be eligible. But do participate in the Grand Challenge tomorrow, right? So like Ramesh said, participating in the Grand Challenge is expected.
Yes, you will get the leaderboard information also.
Yeah, there's another question. Where is the link for the CTF registration? So an email will be sent to you later today, which will have the link for you to access the CTF platform. So there's no registration, but the link is for you to directly access the CTF platform. You can access the platform from 9 a.m. Tomorrow onwards.
The leaderboard also, Karthik from SciSec, I think we can share it by end of day today. From the top 3 from each district.
Yeah, sure, Priya. We're waiting for the input, the information from
Yeah.
Bodhijit.
Bodhijit
Once
is
we
just
share, we
waiting
will share
for
it.
me to just do a final check. So after
Oh,
this
is it?
call.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Right. There's another question. Okay, this is a good point from Gagan, who says people who has lack of knowledge on CTF recommend everyone to try solving HackerOne CTF challenges. Yeah, please, good suggestion. Do that if you have some time before tomorrow morning 9 a.m. Only those students get email. So all the students who have completed the course, their names are there in the Excel sheet which was shared earlier in the day with the Spocks, and they will be getting an email today. Okay, we'll just wait for a minute to see if there are any more questions. If not, we will then close the session.
I think we can probably bind it up, right?
Yeah, I would say for anybody else, if there are any questions, you can post it on Discord page. Yeah, we can close this. Yeah.
Priya, there's one person who's saying he has completed the course, but his name is not featuring in the Excel sheet. I think you're still looking at those scenarios, right?
Yeah, we
there have
can
been
still
some
look at
cases
it. Yeah. They can send, Divyansh, you send the email ID with which you used to do the course to me, and Shankar and Bodhijit, we'll look into it.
So just to make it easy, I will put the email IDs in the chat window.
Divyansh, I actually would want you to send an email, because with your screenshot, it says you have completed the course also.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much, Karthik.
Right. So thanks everyone. Thanks Priya. Thanks Karthik Verma and Ramesh, for taking part. Thanks to all those who participated. All the best to all of you for the grand challenge tomorrow and Sunday. Hope you have a lot of fun. Hope you learn a lot through this. Thanks for participating, and best wishes.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so much, everybody. All the best.
Karthik, recording can be stopped now.
Yeah, you can stop the recording and close the session, Abbas.
No, I cannot because you are the host now. I don't have the.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay. Because it will take many hours to process the video.